Now we have moved on to distilled water boils. After the last boil, I'll dry the gold out and we'll see if there's enough there to move the scale. It looks like we started out with enough, but uh-oh. Not sure what just happened there. I may have forgotten to mention that I will have links in the video description to everything I'm using here, so if you want to build your own foundry furnace, you can. Let me reposition the camera because it's starting to rain and the camera's out in the rain. Okay, let's see if I can get this thing out of the mold. It looks like maybe the slag has hardened up. Oh, I was afraid of that. Ow. Ow, that is hot. Okay. Yeah, I'm just destroying the concrete here. But that's not really coming out. Huh. Let me let it cool a little bit, maybe differential contraction between the cast iron and the copper. Maybe it'll break itself free. I mean, the cast iron mold has a good relief angle on the inside of it, so hopefully it will break free. It's also really too hard to grab, even through my welding gloves, so let it cool down a little bit, and I'll get something harder to hammer on over here, and we'll see if we can bust it loose, because all I'm doing is destroying the concrete. Okay, I got a steel barbell weight here to use as an anvil. I got my Kevlar kiln gloves on. Whoa! Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. These don't make loaf molds like they used to, I guess. Well, there's the copper. Huh, it only cost me a loaf mold. I guess I could still use it, it just doesn't have a handle anymore. Huh. Okay. Okay, I just put a bag of really dry stuff in there, and we got kind of a, whoa, really crazy reaction. Yeah, that stuff's cooking off like crazy. That's the stuff that's soaked with potassium nitrate, I guess. That dry stuff went in there and immediately just started flaring up. I was afraid something like that would happen. I missed the first part of it. I didn't get the camera started soon enough. So I didn't think this was going to be so dramatic, but oh my goodness. You can fill the whole neighborhood up with smoke. But wow. That whole bag of material cooked off down to almost nothing in about 2 minutes. Wow. And it's still flaring up in there a little bit. Well, that's going to get me done quicker anyway, as long as nobody calls the fire department on me. Well, just had a bit of a disaster. Burned a hole in the bottom of my pan, and some of the material went down into the furnace, and boy did we have flames flaring up out of this furnace, let me tell you. Wow. Okay, so I will have to clean that out of there once everything cools down, add it to what's left in there, and yeah, then further process it. So I guess we reached at least the softening point of stainless steel. Guess we're running a lot harder than I thought I was. Yeah, there's some slag down in there I'm going to have to recover, because it's probably got some precious metals in it. okay? Put the lid back on this so the wind doesn't blow anything out of it. Yeah, there's some molten metal in there too. I don't know what it is. Hard to say. And yeah, it's gonna take all day to cool down. Then I'll have to scrape the stuff out of it that fell in. Then we can go on to further processing. And I need to check the thrift stores for another pan to do this in. One hot crucible. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. We got us some corn flakes. And there's a couple big chunks in there too. So here's a helpful tip. You hurt yourself in the workshop, can't find your first aid kit. Well, a piece of paper towel and some painter's tape works great as a band-aid. Staunches the bleeding, and you can get on with your work. There's your helpful tip for the day. Well, that didn't quite work out the way I planned. Oh my goodness, what a mess. I'm gonna have to clean up everything inside the fume hood. Oh my goodness, but I gotta wait for this reaction to stop. Holy cow. What a blooper. What a blooper. Whew. Okay, got everything out of the fume hood. I'm in the process of cleaning all the glassware and hot plates that got spattered. I got the reaction into a much bigger beaker where it can't boil over anymore, but it is still going. I'll explain what's going on in a future long-form video. Okay, it's a couple minutes later, and well, we got some orange fumes in there, which tells me that we've got metal reacting, but we are getting some serious foam too. Let me see if I can stir this foam down. Bust it up. Ooh, that seems to be making it worse. I'm thinking we may not have enough liquid in here for the amount of material I put in there. So let me put some more muriatic acid in here. And I'm going to turn the heat down, way down. We weren't crazy on the heat anyway, but I still see a lot of foils as I stir this. There's a lot of foils in there. Basically, I think we're making a pudding here. Ugh. Okay. I don't know about this. Let's see what happens here. I'd like it to just quietly react, but that doesn't seem to be in the cards. Just want to make sure we don't have a big massive bubble over though. Seems to have calmed down a lot right now. But I put a lot of cold muriatic acid in there, so see what happens when it warms up again. Okay, this foam is just getting out of control again. I think what's happening is as the gold foils react with the aqua regia, we're producing nitrogen dioxide gas, and this pudding-like stuff in here is just inflating with the gas. I can knock it down some here. I can see that this is not going to work on the large scale. It may not work on this scale. I don't know. And there's still a whole lot of gold foils in here that have not reacted yet. I can see them down here in the dark green liquid as I stir it, and I can see them embedded in the foam up here. So, okay, I think I'm going to try and get through this reaction with this little bit of material, but obviously I'm going to have to try something else to deal with the bulk of it, because this just isn't working worth an arm. Huh. Okay. Let me see if I can just nurse this stuff through the reaction. Get all those foils dissolved, or at least the bulk of them. Okay, it's not going well, but it seems to have stabilized. The foam doesn't seem to be getting any worse. We're producing orange fumes, so the reaction is going on. I think I have enough liquid in there now between the extra hydrochloric acid I added and the water I've been spraying on to knock down the foam, that the foam is a little less stiff, I guess. And what I'm seeing is the bubbles of nitrogen dioxide are coming out. The foam kind of relaxes down. It sort of puffs up and relaxes down. So things aren't getting any worse. Not getting any better, but they're not getting any worse. So I'm just going to let this go and see what happens. See if we can run this to completion. Okay, the liquid's heated up to the point where it's boiling some, so I think it's time to put in the rest of the acid. Slowly, because it's really hot now. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that reaction. Uh-huh. Whoops. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-oh. There we go. There she blows. Oh no. Okay. Well, now you see why I have a Corningware dish there. So I've just turned the heat off completely, and we've caught everything there. In fact, let me move this off the heat because it's sitting there boiling in the Corningware dish. Well, that was a delayed reaction. I didn't even put that much acid in. I still got, that was only a few milliliters. But we've caught it all in the Corningware dish. I'll wash it once everything calms down, cools down. Look how steamy it is inside the fume hood. Once everything calms down, cools down, I will dump the contents of the Corningware dish back in the beaker, and we will go again. But check this out. Check the color. That went from very slightly blue-green to quite blue-green very quickly. Yeah. Okay. Let me let that cool down a little bit, and then I'll deal with it. Okay, everything's had a chance to calm down. Grab my distilled water sprayer. And let's see if we can clean up this mess a little bit. Get everything off the outside of it here. Or at least as much of it as I can. So over into here. And we start over again. Overspray has made a horrible mess inside the fume hood, but it's only distilled water. It'll dry out. Okay. Alright, so this thing has had a chance to calm down. It's cooled down. Let's put a little bit more acid in it, tickling the tail of the dragon again here. Just a little though. Not going to put any more in right now, being mindful of delayed reactions. Turn the heat back on. And there we are, we're back in business after that slight boil over. Okay, let's let this heat up again and continue reacting. But we're definitely getting some metal in solution. The color tells me that. These Corningware dishes, they are invaluable, invaluable. Just saved me from losing all this stuff and saved me from a horrible mess in my fume hood that would probably ruin my hot plate and take forever to clean up. So get yourself some Corningware dishes. They're cheap. You can get them at garage sales. You can get them at thrift stores. You know, they're dirt cheap. I don't think I've paid more than a few bucks for one. So, and I've got dozens of them. So get yourself some if you're going to do this. So I'm still working my way over towards that area there, but look what I found. I couldn't see any of this for the brush. A huge deep pit. And it looks like there's an adit going off that way and an adit going off that way. So, and this one seems to connect up with the other pit. And this one's going over there. So, I'll bet they're all interconnected underground. I'll bet they are. Because I was thinking there was way too much dirt on these piles for that one little pit over there. Okay. Well, somebody tried to make this safe with barbed wire, probably about 50 years ago, but, well, the weather's had its way with it. And you could see, oh my God, there's a bobcat down there. There's a bobcat down there. Holy shit, he's looking at me, and he's not happy. Hey, bobcat. Don't get any ideas, I got a rock hammer. Well, I'll leave you alone.